Hey, what's up? It's iCkEdMeL. Good morning, guys. Thank you for stopping by. And I wanted to share this with you. SF Investigates posted this on Twitter, court documents. I'll post a link to his Twitter in the description. And Jared Leisek has hired an attorney, Randall Richards, to represent him in his child R defense. Leisek has filed a motion to appear remote via WebEx. I suspect this means he plans to surrender and be booked sooner than later, sneaking in and out to avoid cameras on November 30th, which is interesting. The first one here looks like a request that was made, request to submit. And it says, comes now the defendant and through his attorney of record and requests that the clerk submit the court for decision the motion in order to appear by WebEx and the above matter, dated November 8th, 2022. In the document, it states here the name of the attorney, I guess the office, State of Utah versus Jared Leisek. And it says the court in the above entitled case based upon the motion of defendant Jared Leisek to allow him and his attorney to appear at the hearing scheduled for November 30th by WebEx makes the following order. It is hereby ordered that the defendant and the defendant's attorney, Randall, be allowed to appear by WebEx at the hearing on Wednesday, November 30th at 10:30 a.m. This is dated November 8th, 2022, which was yesterday. In this next post, SF put up in the other court document, he put here in the caption, Leisek's attorney also filed a request for discovery. This means they are asking for copies of all evidence. Interesting. Including interviews, statements, police reports, etc., which I forgot who I had this conversation with, that with regards to this trial, that they have probably had interviews with people, all pre-recorded. It just reminds me of like the Johnny Depp, and you know how we had all these like depositions or pre-recorded interviews and stuff like that. Maybe that's what's going to happen here. So, and I guess, obviously, I guess they have the right to know what evidence is being brought upon. Police reports, etc. The state is in possession of. The motion is 7 pages long. This is the first page. Only other pages are very routine. So thank you for that, for saving us all that the paper. But we'll take a look at the first one. State of Utah. This is the attorney's office. State of Utah versus Jared Leisek. Comes now Randall Richards, attorney at law, and hereby enters his appearance on behalf of the defendant in the above captioned action. Please send copies of all documents or pleadings to the address listed above. Further, pursuant to Rule 16 of Utah Rules of Criminal Procedure, the 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendments to the United States Constitution, Utah goes on in Sections 7, 11, 12, and as required by the established case law under Brady, all this stuff here, 405, United States, you can read it on the screen. Prosecutors' duty to learn of any favorable evidence, as I just mentioned actually earlier, known to others acting on the government's behalf in the case, including the police. Defendants hereby moves the court to require plaintiff to promptly disclose to defendant any and all statements. SF also posted, if the judge approves the motion to appear remote, she will sign the proposed order and make it part of the docket. When Leisek is booked, Utah no longer allows public access to mugshots unless the defendant is convicted or pleads guilty. So we're not going to see a mugshot potentially for a while. I am curious what evidence they have. And I saw some people, just feeling the internet, a lot of assumptions that the only evidence is emails, which I think the emails are pretty damning itself. Like I said, the only things when we were looking at the emails, we couldn't see like the header, which is really important. But I've heard that other places the header was put out. I've never seen it myself, but that is like the company support team from what people can tell. And I've seen email exchanges before with other people that I've sent them emails, and that's what the header looks like. But again, anybody can make like a header, but I believe the emails. I'm just saying legally, I'm sure obviously they're going to have to show the header and whatever else. In the video that I did yesterday with Kevin, the ex-AWP guy, definitely check out the video and live stream, either one if you missed it. He had stated that he doesn't really believe anybody checked those emails besides Jared. So my whole team, I'm just paraphrasing, knows type of thing that he responded to the cousin / hero I guess it was a manipulation tactic, maybe towards the victim, to make them think everybody knows and accepts this, or people know. The odd thing too is the Kevin situation, the other ex-member, where he stated that Jared had mentioned, recently when he was supposed to be hired, he signed the documents, but they didn't take him on. But Jared had mentioned to him about some sort of allegations. Maybe he knew this was all coming down, because maybe we can coincide the selling of the trust funds and the house name being put in a trust fund. He knew all this stuff was coming down, allegedly. It seems like one of the things that I have heard recently, last night after the live streams and video, I had heard that somebody did know, not outside of AWP. It's on Jared's side, Jared's family. I don't want to, unless I get the okay, put that out yet. And I just got the okay while I was recording this, and so I can say it. So what I was told is that Jared's wife was there the day that Jared admitted to the cousin's mother about what happened. I'm going to say allegedly for legal, but I have no reason to doubt this person at all. She knows what he is about, maybe a watered down version, but she knows. And that's conversation that came up yesterday with regards to people asking in the chat, did the wife know? And from a very obviously super reliable person, I was told that yes, the wife knew, which is just kind of sickening in itself. And it also makes me think of the other rumors that I've heard, which I'm not even going to say now. Just other things that I've heard about Jared, potentially things that could come out in the future about family. I'll leave it at that. Now I want to show you this. I rarely go on Reddit, but now that all this stuff is going on and they had that Reddit forum, there was this one person on there that I noticed was like kind of going hard for Jared. And it says here, who says I think that perhaps I'm just giving you something to argue about since you seem to know all the facts and how this is going to play out in court. No, I don't think speeding tickets are the same thing as I am. Also, both of the alleged perpetrator and alleged victim were children at the time of offenses. She says otherwise, but there isn't any proof that they happened or happened at the times in which she says they happened. It is a sad case for her, but it's true. How do you know what proof there is or isn't? Are you just assuming that there's only the emails, which apparently he admits to the verbiage of the email? It's weird as shit, and to me, it implies it's almost like an admittance to me, just in my opinion. That's how I take it as. And I think it's kind of funny, too, that not that this case or anything is funny in the case, but this person's response, you seem to know all the facts and how it's going to play out in court, is one of the replies, but you seem to think that you know what evidence they have. But also, there's no proof, once again, that the alleged events happened in Utah. She failed in Nevada, so now the story changed. I mean, if you were paying attention, since you're the one that, seemed to know everything, apparently, or for a fact, she had said that there was a situation that happened in Utah as well. We don't need to read the whole thing again, but clearly in the email, which allegedly it seems like Jared responded. And even there was more confirmation on another channel about allegedly this being Jared, which I'll have to at another time get to. There's no forgiveness for what you did to me in my home in Utah. Okay. Grandma and grandpa's house in Las Vegas, and right above grandma and grandpa's head in their very own truck. So she's talking about multiple instances. That's why this was able to be taken over there to Utah. It's all in the emails. And for somebody that claims to be such a smart ass, right? The Utah statute of limitations, when I looked online, it was lifted in 2017. Not exactly sure if give or take, if that's correct. In 2017, the statute of limitations on child abuse crimes, sex crimes, was lifted. 2017, just recently. She failed in Nevada, so now the story changed to say they happened in Utah because their limitations are not closed. That's the actual facts of the case in Utah. And so I kind of tongue-in-cheek replied, Jared, is that you? And this person just replied under Rainey Reese like 11 hours ago, and it says, LOL, it's a 1-year-old account, and you can check the account, that's only recently responding to Jared accusations. It's most likely him or someone else to him. The user having a meltdown, check the history, which I did briefly look at the history. There's like no activity only up until these posts regarding Jared. Also, Hoax pointed out the latter part, which, I don't know, to me makes you think, and this is what Hoax was pointing out, Latter-day Saints. Just a thought, kind of interesting. Just an interesting, because I was looking at their posts and they were just going really hard for Jared. It was like, it's kind of, I don't know. This is Exploring with Nug, and I just want to play a snippet, but I'll put the link to his video in the description.
No, and here's the thing. The proof thing is where I'm like, the emails, that's all the proof I needed to be, convinced that this is not fabricated. And on top of that, somebody also said, well, these emails could be fabricated. Somebody could have wrote these. Jared couldn't have, he didn't write these, stuff like that. But Jared has already said that his official statement is the emails back and forth between him and his cousin. I got that text from him because I reached out to him and I was like, hey, I heard about what's going on. I want you to know, because this is before I knew anything and I thought he was my friend. So I sent him a text. I was like, hey, I heard what's going on, dude. I got your back if you need anything. That was me, my first reaction, because I thought maybe I had a friend getting railroaded. But that's me jumping the gun too fast before I knew what the hell was going on. And that was dumb on my part. But he did write back, very generic message saying, my official statement is what I wrote back and forth to my cousin. That's public on Reddit. So anybody could read these.
Want to know.
So for anybody, doubting the email, like I said, of course, legally, they're going to have to do the header stuff and all that. But Exploring with Nug says, Jared literally texted this guy and said, yeah, that's my public statement on Reddit. So, I mean, all of these people, I shouldn't say all, but the people still defending this guy or whatever it is they're trying to do, it's weird. He's going to have his day in court. We're going to follow. We're going to see what happens. But it's weird. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I put a playlist for the AWP situation that's going on. I'll put it down in the description and in the comment section if you want to catch any part or if you missed the video of me covering it. And just thank you guys so much for the support. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. Take care and peace. Bloop, bloop.